Am I the asshole for getting angry with my girlfriend and demanding she pay to replace my sheets after she got blood on them? I, male 26, have been dating my girlfriend, female 24, for about a year now, and we recently moved in together. She didn't have a lot of furniture and such, so it's mostly mine in our apartment, including my bed, frame, mattress, sheets. I am a bit of a neat freak, and she generally is too, so we get along pretty well living together. Now, I'm not one of those guys that gets grossed out over a woman having her menstrual cycle. I've had sex with my girlfriend on lighter days with a towel down. I'll go buy her feminine products. I don't get weirded out if she mentions it. I will say, though, it totally grosses me out getting on my bed, though. Well, a few days ago, when we woke up, I noticed a blood spot on the bed and got totally grossed out. I knew she had been on her period for 3 days already, so it wasn't any sort of surprise accident. I asked how it happened, and she was upset and said that she thought she didn't need to sleep with anything on. I told her that was absurd. Why would you go without wearing anything and get blood all over my bed? I told her that was irresponsible and that she needed to pay me for new sheets. She agreed to pay for new sheets but got upset with me for getting angry and calling her irresponsible. She said that she likes to not wear anything when she can. She said she thought her flow was light and she wouldn't bleed overnight. She says I have no reason to be angry to talk down to her or over something I don't experience. I said that she should have been more careful with where we sleep and that it was unhygienic. Am I the asshole for getting upset and wanting her to pay? Yeah, you're the asshole. You're the asshole. Ew. Ew, 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 ew. No, I don't think that there's anything I can do to defend this guy. There is nothing I can do to defend him. You're so embarrassing. Also, I sleep without anything in or on the first day of my period, which is literally like the heaviest ever. But when I'm sleeping, it doesn't really come out unless I go pee, and then literally trigger warning, but so much comes out. Like so much. So I know that it's not that I'm not bleeding, it's just that it doesn't come out. And sometimes like it will open the floodgates a little bit, but like usually that just goes into my pants. And sometimes it's gotten on the bed, and if my boyfriend said anything about that, I would literally bop him because I'm so sorry that I have to have my period every month and I don't ask for it. You think that I would ask for it if I got the option? No. So shut the hell up and get over it. Also, get out of my house, to be honest. Also, I'm moving out because I don't want to be around you anymore. You're actually so annoying and immature. And I'm not paying you for your sheets. How about, I don't know, wash them. Doodly day, okay? It's really not that big of a fucking deal. All right, I need to know what people are saying, because if people are not saying that he's the asshole, I'm going to be extremely upset. Okay, it says verdict, asshole. And I know that's right. Someone said, LOL, I'm fine with blood on my D when I'm having sex, but I don't know how to wash sheets. You're the asshole. This is just a reminder that we should focus on teaching children that bodies are just bodies. They all have bodily functions, and they aren't gross. Whether it's an accidental drop of blood or a nighttime emission, a little cold water in the washing machine cleans it up. No need to be too embarrassed or freak out at someone. Maybe we need home ec back to teach kids how to use washing machines too. So real. This person said, you're the asshole. Do you buy new sheets every time after you have sex? Your ejaculate is not exactly our favorite thing either. Grow up. Period. Clock it. Literally. Like, yeah, I literally plug my nose when I smell that because I can't breathe through my nose or I'll throw up. But I'm not going to be like, oh my God, you got that on my sheets? You need to pay me. You need to pay me for my sheets. No, I'm just going to be like, all right, cool. How old are we? You're 26 years old. Hello? This person said it's my bed for me. If you moved in together, it's our bed. Also, do you make her buy you new towels every time you have period sex? You're the asshole. You're the asshole, and I'm not sorry for how hard you're about to get dragged. Grow up. The fact that he called period blood unhygienic, what the FOP. I hope she buys new sheets for her new bed and a new partner. Exactly. Unhygienic. It's not unhygienic. It's literally just a part of life. No matter how much I clean myself, blood is still coming out of the coochie, okay? So, also, not to mention, did you guys ever see that TikTok of that girl being like, I told my friend that I, like, scoop every day, and she was like so surprised. I thought that this was a normal thing. Apparently this girl shoves her hand up her vagina and scoops the blood out, and then she like kind of doesn't bleed as much throughout the day. I've never heard of that in my life, and that's the craziest thing I've actually ever heard. And I mean, you do you, but I'm so scared. I feel like that would hurt, first of all, and second of all, scooping? What? Okay, edited to add. A lot of people seemed confused by what I said, by not wearing anything. She was wearing her normal pajamas, just no menstrual products. She said since she's on birth control, she's very light on day 3 and doesn't ever bleed on the sheets. It still seems unreasonable to me to not have something for extra coverage just in case. To everyone saying to just wash the sheets, she did. But I just don't like the thought of it. Ew! I'm gonna throw you away. Second edit, I obviously see that I was a prick for being condescending towards her and not being sensitive to her embarrassment. I told her I was going to replace the sheets myself. She got upset again, saying she didn't want to financially burden me every time she could potentially have a leak and that washing them was good enough. I told her I obviously just have a weird phobia with it that I need to work through. I did ask her to wear products every night until she knows it's gone. And she called me ignorant and had no right to suggest how she handles her period. She's coming to get her stuff to stay with her mom, so it feels pretty over. I'm sure many of y'all will be happy to hear that. Third, yep, she says it's definitely over. I tried taking what some of you said about understanding that the flow fluctuates and all of that, but she said the damage was done. And as she should. As she should. This is exactly how I would have said to handle this situation. You don't get to tell me what to wear on my period and what to not wear on my period. And for a matter of fact, I'm going to wear your underwear and I'm going to bleed in them all day. I'm going to put your boxers on and I'm going to let the floodgates open. And then we'll see how you feel about that. I'll put them back in your underwear drawer. And then one day you're going to stumble upon them and you're going to put them on and you're going to really be confused at why there is so much blood accumulated. Okay? Okay. Sounds good. Break up with him. He said, everyone's saying just wash the sheets. She did, but I just don't like the thought of it. You don't like the thought of it? Maybe you shouldn't be in a relationship. Maybe you should be single. Because that's what I'm getting from this situation, to be honest. And also you being like, I'm not one of the first post, I'm not one of those guys that gets grossed out over a woman having her menstrual cycle. You clearly are a guy that gets grossed out over a woman having her menstrual cycle. What? What? I don't get weirded out if she mentions it. It sounds like you are saying the exact, like it's opposite day, and you're saying the exact opposite of what you actually think and feel. Okay, final update, next day. After sleeping on it and talking to my friends and family, I'm definitely in the wrong here. I had no reason to be that grossed out and ask her to replace the sheets when she washed them. I definitely had no right telling her she was irresponsible and how to manage her own body. I apologized to her sincerely and said she definitely deserved better than that. She agreed and is not taking me back, which I deserve. This was my first time living with a woman and I effed up big time. Thanks to the people trying to give helpful advice and thanks to the sub for showing me how awful I acted. I'm going to take in all of this moving forward. I shouldn't have ever seen my apartment as still my apartment when she moved in. That was awful of me too. Best I can do is take this all in and learn from it and treat the next person in my life better. People of Reddit, have a good weekend. And I will have a good weekend. And I don't even feel bad for you. You're literally 11 years old or something because you're so grossed out by a period. It's genuinely scary. The top comment says, me and my daughter, 14, recently had her first period, had a good laugh when she told me that her dad had seen period stains on her sheets and asked her if she had spilled hot cocoa on them. My husband later told me he had understood what it was, but as she's shy about it with him, he didn't want to embarrass her or feel self-conscious about it. I love my husband. That's so cute. Did you spill hot cocoa on your sheets? I have doubled up on maxi pads while sleeping and still managed to stain my clothes, the bed sheets, comforter, and mattress. Sometimes the body just does its own thing. This person said, pick one, and then referenced his, I'm not one of those guys that gets grossed out over a woman having her menstrual cycle. And then I noticed a blood spot on the bed and I got really grossed out. Like, literally, choose which one, because you clearly are just in denial that you're grossed out by a period. That comment about women having to sleep on cum was spot on, too. Some say there were other things spot on in this post. And can't even use the sheets after a washing. Shake my head. Does he realize bloody PJs and panties go in the same wash as his special sheets? Bloody PJs and panties in the same wash? Absurd. Also, see, she washed the sheets, but I just don't like the thought of it. Been a while since I wanted to slap a complete stranger this badly. Man, the contrast between this dude and the dude a few days back who cleaned up literal shit and started a warm bath for his girlfriend when she was super sick. Aw, that's a real man, girl. Let me tell ya. 'Cause if your partner won't clean up your shit for you if you accidentally sharted in your bed, then what are you even with them for? What are you even with them for? That's what they're for. They're supposed to be clean. I would. If my boyfriend was really sick, ew, and he pooped in the bed. I mean, that's gross, but like, whatever. I would still help. I love him, so it's okay. I would be like, it's okay. You couldn't help it. I've never honestly had that problem, thank God, but honestly, I feel like, don't people with IBS sometimes like accidentally shart themselves? That's kind of like annoying to deal with, so I would support. Okay, well, it's been a day. I've been recording in the morning, like early mornings recently, and I'm really been loving it because then I get all my work done super early throughout the day, and it's so nice. Also, I think I can take these little eye patches off now. Ooh, they're pretty dry. These eye patches, I actually really like them. I actually don't know if they do anything, but I like the feeling of them because they're nice and like cool, and they're from CosRX, I think. But they're nice and cool, and they're like super light tinted blush, and they just look shiny under your eyes, which I really like. But I never know, like, how do you know if an eye patch works? You don't, right? Also, in April, I'm getting my eyebrows tattooed and my lips tattooed. But don't worry, it's not gonna look crazy. This girl is super, super good. I literally researched the F out of people because you can be really, some people can kind of botch the F out of eyebrows these days, like the color that it turns and stuff. And I was talking to her about that because I was like, girl, I swear to God, if this color turns like gray or like weird green color, because I've noticed that since like Hilary Duff is out and about lately. I'm also going to her concert in June. She has like the microblading gray eyebrows where it's like a completely gray color and then it's like her natural eyebrow. And I'm like, ooh, see, that's what I don't want. And that's what I better not get because I'll be really pissed off. But I don't think that I will. I'm also going to make sure that I keep up on them. And I'm pretty sure you can just get them like removed with laser. If not, which I don't really want to ever do that, but hopefully I won't have to. Love you guys so much. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.